This is Bob Guerrero of New Concept Video Sports, and it's hoop season again. This is our first game of the year featuring the girls from Hobart out of the Northwest Crossroads Conference and the Portage Indians from the Duneland Athletic Conference. Each team has a winning record thus far, and they stand at 4-3. The visiting Brickies are coached by Tim Fedler in his 5th season, and for the Portage Indians, Giovanni Gonzalez in his 3rd campaign. The Brickies, a young team, as they start 2 seniors and 3 underclassmen. The Indians, a seasoned club, will have 4 seniors taking the floor. Next, Indiana High School basketball when the Lady Portage Indians take on the visiting Hobart Brickies. Watch every point scored in this commercial-free highlight reel, then download it for free. It's New Concept Video Sports' way of supporting the student athlete. We hope you enjoy this highlight reel. Each team had opportunities early on in this contest, but it was an out-of-bounds play followed by a couple Indian offensive boards when Nakara Harap-Haywood grabbed the loose ball, then stepped back behind the arch and nailed the tray off the glass. That gave Portage their first lead of the game. Then missed opportunities at each end of the court until the Lady Bricks found senior Amaria Donald. And from the right wing, she nailed a long deuce, and Hobart is within 1. Following a Portage foul, the Brickies had the ball out from the side. Beating the 5-second count, the inbound went to junior Asia Donald, and with a nice crossover, drove to the hoop for the basket and won. The Indians on their next possession tied the score at 5. When senior Izzy Shields found Angelicia Cita Del Valle, who split a couple defenders, took one dribble, and dropped it in for her first points of the evening. On Hobart's next possession, a loose ball that was picked up by senior Genesis Borome, who took it to the basket, and the Indians have retaken the lead at 7-5. A turnover on Hobart's next set gave the ball back to Portage, and they took advantage when senior Gabby Shields grabbed the missed shot, took one dribble, then hooked it in for the score. On Hobart's next offensive opportunity, a near turnover when Asia Donald picked up the loose ball, took it to the hole and a foul on the attempt, and she'll head to the line for a couple. With the Portage lead at 2 and on the Indians' next possession, Nakara Haywood drove into the paint before dishing off to junior Caitlin Taylor before dropping it in off the glass. Leading by 4 and just past the halfway point of the first, the Indians extended their lead when Gabby Shields took the pass out on top, drove into the paint, and laid it in nicely. Next, a Gabby Shields steal, and the Indians are on the attack. A shot that came up a bit short, but grabbing the rebound between a couple Brickies was Genesis Borome, who took a couple dribbles, then laid it in, and a Hobart timeout. Then a lull in the scoring until the 1:22 mark of the first, when Gabby Shields drove to the hoop and was fouled, and she'll head to the stripe. Off a missed second attempt, the Brickies were on the run. A missed shot, a Del Valle rebound, and the Indians have the basketball. Finally, a pass to Gabby Shields, and from downtown, the Portage senior fired in a tray, and the home team has a double-digit lead with a minute remaining. Next time down for Hobart, some nice ball movement ended with a Kaylee Weber basket, and the Brickies needed that. Answering with the tray on the stop and shoot for Portage was Angelicia Cita Del Valle, and nothing but net. Following one period of play from Portage High School, the Lady Indians lead the Brickies 22-9. The second period is next. The first points of the second by either team came at the 7:12 mark. When off the fast break, Genesis Barome grabbed the rebound, looked down court, and found Cita Del Valle, who laid it in easily. Then before you can blink an eye, Genesis Barome blocked the pass, grabbed the ball, then took it to the basket uncontested. With the Indians in possession again, it was Gabby Shields splitting a couple defenders and laying it in left-handed. With a little under 6 minutes remaining in the second, an inbound found the hands of Genesis Barome, then an eyebrow fake, and another nice drive to the basket. A one and done for Hobart, and the Indians look to extend their lead. This time a shot that was a bit strong, and there corralling the rebound and being fouled on the putback was Genesis Barome. Next, a quick possession arrow call gave the ball back to Portage. And on the inbound and left all alone, it was who else but Genesis Barome splashing in the tray as the Portage Indians begin to pull away. With the Brickies continuing to struggle on offense, the Indians had possession. A shot, a fight for the rebound, and a Portage foul, their seventh, will send junior Isabella Sanchez to the line for a one and bonus. Sanchez was able to connect on 1 of 2, and the Indians had possession leading by 25. Taking the pass from 5 feet behind the arch was Cita Del Valle, who locked it on a tray, and nothing but the bottom of the net. Finally, with the Brickies struggling offensively, it was Asia Donald knocking down the three-pointer for the 13th point of the game, with under 2 minutes left in the quarter. For Portage next time down, a nice J.C. Nelson screen left Genesis Barome all alone, and she nailed the mid-range jumper. A one and done for the Bricks, and Portage is on the run. And that ended with a Hobart foul that will send Cita Del Valle to the line for a one and bonus. Del Valle made 1 of 2, and on Hobart's next trip had the ball out of bounds underneath their own goal. Next, a drive to the hoop, and a Portage foul will send Isabella Sanchez back to the line. Isabella missed the front end of the one and bonus, but a couple nice offensive rebounds ended with an Asia Donald bucket. Then with under a half minute to play, J.C. Nelson took the pass for the Indians and deposited a three-pointer. But the Bricks answered with a Jessie Neese 15-footer. At the half, the Portage Indians have dominated the Hobart Brickies thus far. The third quarter is next. Each team had a possession to open third quarter play, and scoring the first bucket was Hobart's Asia Donald, dribbling the length of the court and laying it in. But with a minute gone in the third, a pass to Izzy Shields at the left baseline, and she locked it on a tray and buried it. Then another lull in the scoring until the 6:08 mark, when Gabby Shields lined up the three-pointer from behind the arch and left all alone, dropped it in. On the defensive end for Portage, it was Genesis Barome anticipating the pass, stealing the ball, and taking it the distance. Next, a loose ball at the Hobart end that was picked up by the Indians and another scoring opportunity. After all of that, Genesis Barome again, and she has played big on this evening as she dropped in another tray, this time from the left wing. On the Brickies' next set, a turnover gave the ball back to the home team. Following some nice ball movement by the Indians, a pass inside to Gabby Shields for the basket and one. Gabby missed the attempt. Then at the other end, a Hobart foul gave the ball right back to the Indians. And they capitalized when Genesis Barome took the pass at the top of the key, drove the right side, and was fouled on the attempt, and will head to the charity stripe. On the Bricks' next trip, a Portage foul gave the visitors the ball out from the side. A drive to the hoop and a shot that wouldn't fall. But there with the rebound and put back was sophomore Haley Pendleton. But getting the ball down quickly were the Indians, and taking the pass down low and making the shot was Caitlin Taylor with the bucket. Following all of that, a nice drive and basket by Asia Donald with a Hobart hoop. Moving the ball around the perimeter, it was Sita Del Valle with the drive and foul, and she'll head to the stripe for a couple. Then with $1:20 left in the third and a few missed attempts by the Indians, the ball was grabbed by Asia Donald, who went coast to coast before laying it in. Next, a one and done for Portage, and again it was Asia Donald on the attack, and she laid it in for the score. That will do it here in the third with the Portage Indians leading the Hobart Brickies big. The final quarter is next. Hobart had the ball to open the fourth, but a one and done, and Portage had the opportunity to pad their lead. At the other end, a drive to the hoop by Nakara Harapaywood for the end one. Following Nakara's missed attempt, over a minute went by without a score. But that was until a block shot was grabbed by Izzy Shields, and she took it to the bucket, where she was fouled, and she'll head to the stripe. Moving on to further action with 5:23 left in the game, with Portage leading 65-27. A loose ball was scooped up by the Brickies, and taking it all the way to the basket was Asia Donald for the deuce. A Portage turnover gave the ball back to the Brickies, who will be taking it out from underneath their own goal. With the basketball for Hobart was Jessie Neese, who took it to the basket hard where she was fouled on the shot and will have a couple from the free throw line. On the Indians' next offensive opportunity, the ball found the hands of Sita Del Valle, and on the catch and shoot nailed another three-pointer for the home team. Then on the return trip for the Bricks, Amari O'Donnell took the pass and drove to the basket, where she dropped it in. With a buck and a half remaining of the game and wholesale substitutions for each team, Hobart had the basketball. And taking a shot from behind the arc was sophomore Emma Ortiz, and she drained it. That will do it here from Portage High School, where the Lady Portage Indians defeated the Hobart Lady Brickies this evening 68-35. We would like to thank everyone here at Portage High School for their hospitality, and we'll see you next time. For New Concept Video Sports, this is Bob Guerrero.